I'm Sergio Berrueta, and today I am joined by, state your name.
Angelique Enos.
Yes, Angelique Enos. And what are you?
What do you mean, what am I? Who else am I gonna be?
Who are you?
I just said I'm Angelique Enos.
Okay. Angelique, you might remember, or might not remember, is from our WrestleMania podcast that we did. She is me, I'm with her. I apologize for this fact. She apologizes for this fact.
He's my boyfriend. I don't know why he says it so awkwardly.
I'm an awkward person. And today we're going to do something different from Friendly Film Perspective, as well as the same thing. It's going to be under the same name. But I already told her what the movie was that we picked out.
Hell yeah.
Alright. And the movie is a musical from 1957.
Yeah.
Called Funny Face.
Yay.
Starring Audrey Hepburn.
Yay.
And Fred Astaire.
Yay.
Hey! Love me some Fred Astaire.
I know, everybody loves Fred Astaire.
He can dance. Who was better, Fred Astaire or Gene Kelly?
Oh, damn. Oh, Gene Kelly's a tall fucker.
Gene Kelly was a tall fucker. And strong.
Yeah, he was. God, you're gay.
And... I don't know what this movie's about, so can you give me some background on it?
No.
Okay, well, let's see what Netflix has to say. If I can press it. Get on there, damn it. Hold on. So according to Netflix, after those technical difficulties, it says, Fred Astaire's dancing feet come full circle in this musical about high fashion photography in Paris, co-starring Audrey Hepburn as a young model. Are you fucking serious? That's what it's about?
Yep.
Oh, shit. Photography?
Yep. So it's right up your alley, hipsters and Sergio.
Hey, no, I'm not a photography hipster. I don't go up to you and tell you what the shutter speed should be on that photo that you have on Facebook as your profile picture.
Okay.
It should be at a lower speed to close the light a bit and make you bring out your face.
Somebody.
Crap. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyway, so we're gonna watch Funny Face.
That's
and I've been.
He knows.
What?
Nothing.
What did you say?
Nothing.
What?
I didn't say nothing.
Hey, it's.
Play the movie.
Everyone's been telling me to watch it.
Okay.
Alright, including Jade. So she's gonna see this and be very happy that I'm finally watching it. Future co-host Jade Glada. Yep. Person. My understudy. Alright, Funny Face, let's do this shit.
Okay.
So, we'll be back. I'll be back with my thoughts, and then me and Angelique will engage in an epic discussion about it.
I want to step out down the Champs-Élysées.
Do some window shopping in the Rue de la Paix. That's for me. Bonjour, Paris.
Strictly tourist, you can titter and jeer. All we want to say is Lafayette, we are here on a spree. Bonjour, Paris. Bonjour.
When Audrey rocks, you'll really roll, because this wonderful dramatic star is a revelation in her first great musical production, dancing up a storm in every style, from ballet to bebop. Yes, Funny Face is really funny. The bubbling story of a highbrow girl who falls into the clutches of a high-powered fashion magazine editor.
I don't want my hair cut. I don't want my eyebrows up or down. I want them right where they are.
And Fred's the carefree photographer who comes to her rescue. It's the story that could only happen in Paris, behind the scenes in the exclusive fashion salons.
Please sit down.
Leave me alone. Oh! 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 Oh, oh no!
Oh, it's wonderful, marvelous, that you should care for me.
So we just finished watching the movie Funny Face. That was my first time. Angel, that was your God knows how many.
I don't know. I remember watching it a long time ago, but it's certainly refreshing to watch it now.
Yes. If you don't know by now, we moved outside because that is so much better. It really isn't. So if it picks up on the mic, I'm sorry because I don't have a better microphone.
All he's got is a tablet.
All I got is a tablet, but in the future I probably will have a microphone.
Yay.
God willing. This movie
Yeah.
was very delightful. I actually enjoyed every minute of it.
I liked it.
That's it.
Well, okay, if you want me to go into detail about these things.
It's a podcast.
We're not the only two in the ocean, silly. I liked it. It was certainly different from the other Audrey Hepburn movies. Not what I expected. With as much corny little musical numbers, but of course, what musical is a musical without corny musical numbers somewhere?
True. That's my phone. The Pokemon are apparently in check. Let me silence that.
In your opinion?
In my opinion, like I said, it was quite delightful. That sounds pretentious. It was really fun. It had a very interesting, I would say, interesting background to it, or story, because I told you that I didn't know anything. All I knew was the title. So reading the Netflix description, I was like, oh, okay. But I didn't know I didn't know the whole high fashion aspect of it, and how she was like this intellectual person, and then she got roped in, and I didn't know it took place in Paris. So I was just genuinely surprised throughout, because I don't know, it's interesting to watch a movie when you don't know much about it, and then to see, and then top it all off, I didn't know it was a musical.
At all?
No.
What do you think Funny Face was? Just a movie?
Yeah, I did actually.
You call yourself.
I didn't know.
Well, as long, like you said, with all of it taking place in Paris, France, I must say, and you know this very well, that my favorite part was all of the film locations. They got their stuff done.
Like the Paris Opera House?
Hell yeah.
Miss Phantom of the Opera?
Heck yes.
Get you all happy because of that.
The Paris Opera is very special to a fan such as myself.
I know.
Yeah.
You look very giddy. You look very giddy, and it was adorable. I paused the movie because I had to go to the restroom, and she was happy because it just had the opera house in the background, and then they went into the opera house,
which wasn't expected, but I did require that he not talk during that whole duration that they were inside the opera house.
I was talking throughout this movie, and I apologize. Not really.
No, he never does.
I never do. I never shut the fuck up, apparently.
Nope.
I'm sorry. You put up with it.
Yeah.
Fred Astaire is the shit.
Looks like a completely different person with a beard.
Right?
He does. When you put on the fake beard, I just couldn't. You just look like a completely different person.
You look deranged.
I didn't know Fred Astaire could have facial hair aside from eyebrows. Aside from happy expressive eyebrows, I didn't know there could be a beard.
They're just so big and. Oh, you're right.
Well, granted, it wasn't his real beard, but still, it's just completely different.
Imagine, we Google it and we find out it's his real beard. Oh, shit!
They had to wait 2 weeks for filming.
They'd cast away that shit. Yeah, we're gonna wait a while, and I guess we'll start filming when he has his beard and shit. How's the beard coming along, Fred? It looks like crap! Alright, let's film it. Quit that shit.
Excuse me, sir. Could you tell me where Fred Astaire is? We need to ask him about his beard. I am Fred Astaire.
But I'm Fred Astaire.
Not to mention there's a ridiculously long section of the movie. Not ridiculously long, but it's obviously a joke in the movie. Where Fred Astaire... There's a section that might as well be called Fred Astaire and some stairs. Because there's a whole bit where he's just walking up and down stairs all over Paris.
Were you the one that pointed that out first?
Well, we both laughed because it was obvious.
It was obvious, yeah. It's Fred Astaire on stairs. On the stair. It was during the...
when they first get to Paris.
Yeah, the song. I don't know the names of the songs.
I don't know the names of the songs either.
I will. This is very professional. We're going to go to the Wikipedia page I have open on my phone. There we go. That's the name of the song. I found the page. Bonjour Paris. Oh, well, that was...
Oh, we could have guessed that. Not to mention they kept saying it.
Bonjour Paris. I like how it was so, like, what was it, the model person, she's like just walking through your street, like singing about like, I could do so much fashion crap here. Fred Astaire's just like, fuck it, I'm hanging out. And then Audrey Hepburn's like,
hanging out with my fellow stairs.
The stairs. You can't see it, but I'm dancing like a retard.
Yep,
and
he's
then,
not joking.
And then Audrey Hepburn walking through the streets like, I like singing about hanging with intellectual people and stuff. You were right. This is very hipster. In some parts, it's very, very hipster. Well, more bohemian? No, not even bohemian.
At that time, it was getting close to the whole beatnik scene.
Beatnik? Okay, beatnik. Not bohemian, beatnik. Sorry.
Well, I mean,
that's Rent.
It's Rent and La Boheme. La Boheme.
La Boheme.
Fucking Rent. I love Rent, but it's the damn songs get the... It's so similar to the opera, I get confused.
Yeah. You know what? For a musical, there was musical numbers, but there were few and far in between.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it overstays its welcome. Like it's very concise. Like it doesn't fuck up with the pacing.
Yeah, it's not constant musical number after musical number. It's just
It's not a Disney movie.
Well, Disney movies are like that too.
Yeah, they go one after the other sometimes.
Which one? Which one?
Little Mermaid.
Oh, well, that was the 80s.
It was 89. It was late 80s. Yeah, no, I mean, and there's also a good balance of just dance sequences.
Yeah.
Like that whole scene in the cafe.
Yeah, it's very much like a 50s, 60s musical movie you would expect. There's enough just talking, there's enough just singing, there's enough just dancing.
Those are the musicals I enjoy the most. Because there's actually room to breathe. That's why I like, musicals like West Side Story. There's kind of room to breathe.
Well, you should probably watch Sweet Charity and Hair.
Sweet Charity and Hair?
Yeah.
Okay. Adding those to the list. Let's see if those pop up. Sweet Charity, Hair. Oh, also Hard Day's Night kind of counts, but not really.
Sorta. I don't know. I like the Beatles, but the movies you kind of have to really be in the mood for.
I really love Hard Day's Night.
I know, Hard Day's Night is funny. I love John Lennon in that.
The thing I pointed out in the movie is that even though it was like 57, it felt like the 60s already.
Very 60s, yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, I didn't say this to you while watching the movie when it opened on that, like, on the fashion place on the Quality magazine, and it was all white and stuff. I was like, oh my god, the whole movie's gonna look like this, all artsy, and I'm gonna be like, what the hell? But no, it wasn't.
It's just the beginning.
I was really happy.
Just to show that modern, that beginning turn of modern 60s look.
You're the one that said that, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was very, like, because like, I know it's 57, but it looks like it's already the 60s.
Maybe like 62, 61.
62, yeah.
Because then by 64, no, maybe like 66.
Yeah.
65, they already started getting into the whole hippie thing.
Yeah. It was just getting to that whole, like you pointed out, that whole modern 60s style, which I kind of like. I'm a sucker for that whole 60s thing.
If you're a sucker for those, I don't know why you still haven't watched Down with Love.
I am going to get on it. An ex recommended it to me a long time ago, and I still didn't watch it.
Because it's a really great movie. The sexual innuendos are limitless.
Limitless?
Yes, there are so many, and that's what makes the movie awesome. Not to mention the musical number with Ewan McGregor and Renee Zellweger at the end.
What do you think about the relationship between Audrey Hepburn and Fred Astaire in this?
I thought they worked really well. I mean, it's a little awkward at first because the minute you see Fred Astaire, he looks like he's getting old already. But then after a while, you kind of forget about how his age is, and because he still dances really well.
And he still has that charm.
Yeah.
And that kick-ass comedic timing.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. Like, I always like he's a great dancer, but he's also a great person when it comes to comedy. He's very like quick.
Yeah. Well, back then, everybody, if you were going to be an actor in a movie or anything, you had to know how to dance and how to sing and act. You had to be a triple threat no matter what.
And I think he pulls it off rather well. I remember earlier when we were talking, you said it was weird to see him kiss Audrey Hepburn.
Well, that's what I meant in the beginning. It's kind of awkward because you see how old he is. And it's just, I mean, Audrey Hepburn, it was still pretty young when that movie came out. So it just looked it looked a little strange at first because she looks like she's 14. But after a while, you don't even pay attention to that, the age difference.
And he could still dance rather well.
Yeah.
Holy crap, the umbrella sequence.
Yeah.
Was really, really cool. Then again, I like singing in the rain, so biased. But umbrellas, hey, what do you know? Shit, we should watch a Ginger Rogers movie. That's what I kept saying throughout. I was like, damn.
How did you feel about Audrey Hepburn's performance?
I thought she did good. That she did really, really well.
That's it?
What?
That's it?
I know how she, well, not know, because I had never met the woman. She's dead, so I can't be like, hey, what's up? I can't get a Ouija board and just say, Audrey, let's stop. Have some drinks. I know she was quite an intelligent woman. So she pretty much felt like she was just playing herself. It was very genuine. She felt real. It's funny because I said that earlier in one of my other reviews. There was just a quality to her that you know that she wasn't faking it. She plays it well.
Yeah.
I think that same could kind of be said for Breakfast at Tiffany's, even though she was the more manic pixie dream girl thing.
How do you, in this with Funny Face, did you feel that this role was any different compared to the other Audrey Hepburn roles that you've seen?
Well, let's see. I've seen Roman Holiday, and I've seen Breakfast at Tiffany's. I think I've seen another one where she's like a lesbian, but I forgot.
At that time, I don't know.
Shirley MacLaine was in it.
Oh, probably.
Yeah. Probably. Shirley MacLaine, lesbian.
I love her. Sweet Cherry is awesome.
Well, comparing this to probably Breakfast at Tiffany's, well, actually comparing it to Roman Holiday and Breakfast at Tiffany's, in Roman Holiday, she's not the, princess that has, that naive sense of wanting to go and explore. And in Breakfast at Tiffany's, she's kind of just, lovelorn and worn out. In this one, she's more in touch with her intellect. But if we're talking about like the differences, this one probably I would put below Breakfast at Tiffany's, because there is like the genuine like emotion coming out of her in Funny Face, and she does great. But in Breakfast at Tiffany's, she manages to, because in this one she didn't really allow herself to get emotional and get, I sound pretentious, but she didn't allow herself to get emotional, like as emotional as Holly Golightly and West at Tiffany's. There was more. That was a stronger character.
Yeah.
And this, it's girl gets into the fucking fashion world, doesn't know what's going on, wants to still be her intellectual self and all that stuff.
Yeah.
She's brought from one place to another. But that's very similar to My Fair Lady.
Is it really though?
No, the transitioning from one thing to another.
No, I mean, is it really like that? Because in this
like
one,
that? No.
in Funny Face, it seemed like she was really content with where she was.
Oh.
And, like working in the bookstore in the beginning, and then all of a sudden these people literally just barge in on her life.
Yeah, the only reason I said that is because transitioning from one thing to another. Because in My Fair Lady, it's like, I don't want to do this shit.
Sort of the rags to riches thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one, like, you just said it.
Yeah.
You win.
Okay.
Damn you. You have a point. See? She's smart. That's why she's on here.
This fella just keeps talking. Have you seen any other Fred Astaire movies?
I've seen Swing Time.
Okay.
Only.
And Singing in the Rain.
Singing in the Rain's Gene Kelly.
That's right, okay.
Yeah. I still need to see, like, Top Hat and fucking Showboat. I think it was Showboat. No, not Showboat. No, Show. Something with the word show. Him and Ginger Rogers have so many movies.
They have a lot of movies.
To the point where Matt's mom, the host, Matt, who will be back in the next episode, she owns a sealed package of Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers movies. And I want to open it up so badly so I can just watch all of them. And be like, oh,
watch
shit.
all of them?
I want to watch all of them.
Damn, son.
Damn, dude, I want to watch some Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. Because, I don't know, the movie musical from like 30 to like, I think 60 or something is, or 70 is just, that's a good musical time.
Yeah.
But then there are some bad musicals out there.
Like what? Well, I mean, bad musicals that have been made into movies. Never mind, that's going to be a long list. Xanadu.
I haven't seen Xanadu!
Oh my god.
We need to watch Xanadu!
No, we don't.
I'm putting that on the list. I'm watching Xanadu.
No.
Xanadu.
Xanadu.
You gotta watch Xanadu. I have to see Xanadu.
Oh my god.
It's horrible, isn't it?
My gay uncle only loves it because Olivia Newton-John. That's the only reason why.
So, for you...
Yeah.
So we can, I guess, end this. Where would Funny Face rank on your personal list of musicals? Like, where would you put it at? What would you rate it? Is what I'm asking.
Well, categorizing. Are you sure you're ready for this conversation?
I am ready for this conversation. I will be blown away, probably.
Well, because I like to especially when it comes to musical movies or movies that are based on a musical, I usually like to categorize them by decade or by year because they have such a huge jump. Not only that, it's a huge gap, especially from probably the 80s and 70s and 80s, and then all of a sudden Chicago comes out of nowhere. But unless you count those stupid dance movies, but nonetheless.
Continue.
I would probably rate this at about maybe a 4? A 5? Well, no.
Out of what?
Out of 10.
Oh.
Because...
Whoa.
Yeah, about a 5 out of 10, because it is entertaining to watch, and it is, like, you certainly get the song stuck in your heads after a while, and it does make you want to get up and dance and do a little corny musical number around your living room, which happened.
It didn't happen. It happened.
It happened.
It was awesome.
He started it.
It was cute.
And
Not
then,
really. Look, I don't know. She got the moves right. I didn't. Continue.
I would give it about a 5 because it is entertaining, but it's not like this huge spectacular like you would expect to see out of like I don't know. What was another big expensive musical movie? Like I guess like The Wizard of Oz and not the original producers. The original producers wasn't a musical. But I'm sure you all understand what I'm trying to say. But nonetheless, it's still, it's fun. But not something I don't think anybody would pay. How much does a musical cost nowadays? Like $60?
Probably.
$60. The $60 ticket to go see. Unless you're a big fan of Funny Face, which I'm sure somewhere there's a 13-year-old girl singing all the songs in her bedroom. That was me. Except I was wearing a mask and a makeshift tuxedo singing Music of the Night.
That's cute.
Let me dream, damn it.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were objecting.
No,
Sorry.
I'm not objecting.
I'm used to my mother. Anyhow. But I still really like this movie. I'm glad I watched it.
That's a good rating.
That didn't sound sincere.
What?
That didn't sound
That's
sincere.
sincere. I don't know, because it's...
Would you watch it again?
Would I watch it again?
Yeah. Or would it something just... Okay, would you buy it at a store and be like, oh, hell yeah, I know I'm going to watch this again and again, like, Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, that's another one I was thinking of. But...
oh, crap, you are really testing me on my ratings.
Yeah, like, would you buy it and be like, okay, I'm going to watch this over and over again and really genuinely enjoy it and be singing along with the songs? Or am I just going to buy it because it's Funny Face, it's popular, and I need to have it, but it's just going to be part of a collection?
I probably wouldn't buy it.
You wouldn't buy it at all? Okay.
Honestly, I was glad it was on Netflix. Because I probably would not have gotten on my way to rent it or anything.
Or not even download it?
Not even download it.
Okay.
Well, for the sake of the podcast, either download or rent it. But, it's entertaining. It did pass the time. And I'm not gonna lie, it kind of did drag towards the end.
I guess so,
You know how I kept pausing it to check the time? That's kind of the reason why.
But you don't exactly have the best patience when it comes to movies, though.
I do.
Do you?
Not really.
Yeah.
When it's a musical, kind of worse.
Yeah.
Then I don't have a technique.
Which is why I'm really curious for him to watch Les Miserables with Russell Crowe. I liked it, but I wanted to see what he has to complain about.
Can't see me, but I'm grimacing my teeth. I'm gonna watch it one day. They say, fuck it. Look, I watched Les Miserables.
He's definitely not gonna... I'm not gonna watch it with him, because I'm just gonna be singing everything, but...
I probably would give Funny Face a 3 out of 5 on my scale.
A 3 out of 5?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a 3 out of 5 out of 10, or is that just...
3 out of 5.
Okay.
Out of 5.
Okay.
Because it's entertaining. It is a fun time. It has, like, excellent moments of acting, and there's a great chemistry involved there.
I think the best way to describe this movie is when you're little and you're forced to go to that relative's house that you don't really like, but you have to sit there and not do anything, and that movie happens to be on and you're watching it just so you could ignore the hell out of your parents talking to said relative you don't like, and the movie turns out to not actually be that bad. Because
you're not going to be miserable. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to appreciate what's going on.
You will be interested on what's happening, but it's not exactly,
It does drag, like I said, but it's entertaining stuff. I probably, since you freaking pushed my buttons.
What?
In the best way to get it out of me. I probably wouldn't go on my way to watch it again, but if it was like on TV, like TCM or some crap, I'll probably be like, oh look, Funny Face, and like chill for a bit. Because I'm bored. But it's not a bad movie. It's a good movie. It's not a bad movie. Let me just get that point across. So, that was Funny Face.
Yep.
It was certainly funny.
And there were faces.
Yes, and it did have Fred Astaire. And thanks to this podcast, I realized I probably suck at reviewing compared to this woman. What?
I'm just hungry.
He's just hungry. All right. So, Angelique, where can these beautiful, beautiful people listening to this find you?
Well, they can follow my Tumblr at fan, since 1995 at fansince1995.tumblr.com.
Link will be below.
Yeah. And I have a Twitter page of the same name. and Instagram of the same name. So go ahead and do that shit.
That will be in the descriptions, so it'll be fine. It automatically links to it, which is cool.
Okay. Just forewarning, nothing but fans for the opera. As you can tell by the name.
You can find me at... Oh, shit. Where can you find me? You can find me at Sergio Berrueta Tumbles at tumblr.com. You could go on the website, sergioberrueta.com, which I should change soon. Thinking about it. Twitter, at Sergio Berrueta. Instagram, Sergio Berrueta. And then Friendly Film Perspectives you can find at facebook.com, Friendly Film Perspectives. I remember, Friendly is capitalized, film is capitalized, so is perspective. I don't know, that's just how Facebook is, it's weird. And if you're curious about Funny Face and you want to watch it, go watch it. It's on Netflix right now. It should be there for like at least a month or 2 months, because sometimes they have a habit of taking it off. Or if you're cool, I guess, I'll have a link to the Amazon page for it in the description. You can buy it from there. It's just friendly promotion, I guess, for a movie. So, I'm Sergio Berrueta.
I'm Angelique Enos.
And I was Friendly Film Perspectives. Join us next time for when Matt comes in and we watch a movie. Matt, I'm just going to warn you, it's a movie I love a lot. And on that note, I would like to say, as we always end, we end with the line from the movie.
Okay.
Wow.
I really wish we remembered at least a verse or something.
There's something missing. There's something missing. I feel like there's one last thing we have to do.